Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Schneider. Welcome to the Song Club.
I knew it was a bad idea to meet you here, my dear.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Song Club. I'm Bob Schneider. It's nice to be here. It's November. It's 2022. We're getting off to a great start. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time wherever you are, whatever part of the world you're in. I am in Austin, Texas, where I've made my home, and I love it here. And I hope wherever you're living, whether it be Austin or some other place, you're also enjoying your life and having a wonderful time. I am also sitting on the side of a highway, so, there's that. But, yeah, it's a beautiful day. I want to thank all my friends on Patreon who support me. I want to thank all the people that have subscribed and liked on YouTube. You get to watch this. You get to watch me speak every month on YouTube, and it's pretty amazing. I'm what you'd call a talking head. And this week I wore some sunglasses for some reason. I decided to do something different, and I'm enjoying it because I feel like I look younger with sunglasses on because you can't see the bags underneath my eyes. You can't see the lines of wisdom, I think is what they're called, by the clerics and wise folks that travel the world and tell people what they know, and then people listen. I also found these here on my desk, Invisaligns. Now, I don't wear Invisalign, so not really sure who these are. They could be my wife's, they could be somebody else's, but they're there, and they're not mine. Did I touch them with my fingers? Yes. Whoever's they are, probably should wash them before they put them back in their mouth, if they ever figure out where they left them. I have a feeling they're Max Frost's because he was here. We did write a song together. Unfortunately, I'm unable to make that song available because it's not really mine to make available because we wrote it together. So it's mostly his. He did about 80% of the work. I did about 5% of the work. And Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, did the other 15. But I do have some wonderful songs this month that I wrote that I'm very excited to present to you guys here at Bob Schneider's Song Club. And if you are not a member for some unknown reason, and you want to be, it's easy. You just go to patreon.com, patreon.com/Bob Schneider, and you can join today, and you can get these songs from this month. It's 8 songs a month, and you get all the other songs that I've put out. 68 times 8, whatever that is. It's a large number of songs. You can get those. Basically, all the songs that I write, for the most part, except for the ones that suck. And it's rare that I'll write one of those, but I do. I wrote one this month that I wrote 2 songs that I'm not presenting, one because it's not very good and one because I only own half of it. And I can't do it ethically. I'm bound by ethics. I'm bound by doing the right thing. And you should be too, unless you don't have a conscience. And if you don't have a conscience, then you can do whatever you want. You can really just get away with murder if you don't have a conscience because you're like, well, I can do whatever I want and I have no empathy for other people. And some of the people that run the biggest money-making businesses in the world are like that. They can do whatever it takes to make that money, bring in that cheddar, break the backs of all other men. And I get it. I don't necessarily do that in real life, but in my brain, I'm always doing it. In my brain, I'm always trying to figure out how I can destroy or defeat other men, usually with judgments and witticisms and acerbic takes. So I get it. But the idea of actually doing it in real life is not my jam. Probably because I'm a coward, and I don't mind saying it. Back in the day, when you're in high school, you don't want to let people know that you're a coward, even though they figure it out pretty quick. All it takes is somebody just coming up to you and pushing you, and then if you don't push back, you're a coward. It's pretty easy to figure out. Anyways, I'm a coward, and I'm fine with it. It's made me who I am. And pretty much the only thing I would really fight for, if my children were in harm's way. Other than that, my motto has always been, do what you want to the girl, just leave me alone. And that's worked for me so far. I've gotten through life. I don't feel good about it. I'm not happy about who I am. I don't like myself. I mean, I'm okay. I've gotten to the point where I'm okay with myself, but I'm not like crazy about myself. I don't like look at myself and go, wow, there's somebody that's lovable. No, that's why I make art and music, so that people will find me lovable. Because without that, Jesus Christ, what am I? A worthless pile of bones. All right, let's get into it. Speaking of making art, making music, this is the Song Club. It's not the Let Me Tell You About Myself Club, which it could be, I guess. And that would be a great club, too, for literally less than 30 seconds. So let's listen to the first one. This is my favorite. I'm going to just start off with my favorite song of the month. It's the one I just wrote a couple days ago. It's called On a Train to Somewhere Cool. I got the title. There's some organization that has pictures of kids' drawings, and they get the titles from the drawings. And I was going to Nashville this past week, and they were like, hey, do you want to write a song in the dressing room with one of these titles? And I was like, nope, don't want to do that. That sounds horrible. But I did like the title that was on one of these drawings, and the title was On a Train to Somewhere Cool by... I was like, well, that's going to be the song game phrase this week. So I sent it out to the group. I haven't listened to anybody's yet because it's due tonight, and I'll listen to them later on. But I do like the one that I wrote, and so let's listen to it together. It's called On a Train to Somewhere Cool. Bye. Already it's taking for a second for it to load up for some reason. Why that is, who knows? Why is it not wanting to play? There it is. I'll edit that out later.
Hey, I heard you made a great escape, made a great escape. Learned about it the hard way, I guess. Yeah, somebody told me to my face, told me to my face. Asked me if I was surprised by what I said. I guess I heard they had a party in your honor. I had some things I wanted to say, but I couldn't make it that day, your honor. I got some debts and still I'm willing to pay. I'm on a train to somewhere awesome. Bye. I'm on a train to someplace cool. I'm on a train to somewhere awesome. Yeah. Bye. I'm on a train to someplace cool.
Yeah, I'm on a train to somewhere awesome. Bye. The thing I love about that song is that I played it for my daughter, and literally halfway through the first time she heard it, she was singing the bye part. And I've played it for her a couple times. I was playing it tonight for her in the car, and she just can't wait for that bye to scream it out. So that's always a good sign. When you have a 7-year-old person, 7-year-olds don't tend to bullshit around. They either like something or they don't. Like, you can bring some food to the table and explain it to a 7-year-old why they should like it. But if they don't like the look of it, if it's not the right color, if it's just something about it, they're like, fuck this. I am not eating this. And same with music. If they don't like it, they're like, yeah, I don't like that. Turn that off. And if they like it, they're like, play it again, play it again, play it again. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, so that's always a good sign when my daughter or my wife likes a song. And my wife liked that song too, which also is a good sign because she doesn't like a lot of stuff that I do. And so that's not true. She likes a lot of the stuff that I do. But I value her opinion for sure. If she doesn't like something, she's going to tell me. And that one she's listened to a few times already, and she has not gotten tired of it. So again, that's always fun because it's weird. Since I got COVID in January. I feel like it slowed my songwriting down a little bit, and I don't know why. And I don't know if it's just in my head or if it's true or what. Or maybe I just don't. I feel like I'm kind of back to writing stuff that I'm happy with, which is good. Or it could be that COVID made me smarter, and then I wasn't happy with what I was writing because I was too smart to like stuff that wasn't good. And now I've gotten dumber again, and now I'm liking stuff more because I'm dumber. Who knows? It's hard to say. But anyways, that's a new song, and I like it a lot. And let's do another one. Here's another one. I do like this song too. This is the first song that I've written this year, which I've started playing regularly in my solo set. And that's always a good sign when I can play a song in the solo set that I feel good about. That's really the thing that, for me, like, is this a good song? Well, can I play it solo acoustic and feel okay about it? Like, it'll fit in my set, because I've got a lot of good songs in the set now. And anyways, this one seems to fit, and I'm enjoying playing it. So let's check it out. Damn, we're just zipping through the songs this week. Maybe this will be a short song club. How nice would that be? I guess we'll find out. Only time will tell. Here it is. The Dream I Had Last Night is what this one's called. And who knows when this one's going to start, because that last one took a second to kind of load up. But I'm just going to keep talking until that thing starts this time. I'm not taking no chances. Already we got the hang drum. That's what that's called. Played with brushes. Hang drum with the brushes, son.
In the dream I had last night, I was a bulldozer. My hands were blue.
All right, I should say this. I changed those lyrics already to an astronaut. So when you hear me play this live, it won't be those lyrics. All right, let's keep going.
The color of your eyes, the only color that I knew. In the dream I had last night, I was an officer of the law. I killed everyone I saw, for no real reason at all.
Also changed those lyrics as well, by the way. Anyways, when you come see me play, you'll hear what the real lyrics are there, and they're better. All right.
I'm not trying to make a big deal about it. I'm just trying to have some fun. I mean, it was just a dream after all. Now the dream is done. Didn't mean a $1,000,000 ring just will not make you happier, no matter what you think.
Once again, I'm using that thing that it sounds like a recorder or a flute, but it's actually it's a melodica. And usually it's right here somewhere, but I think I moved it. Yeah, normally I can just pull that thing out and show you what it looks like, but not today. I moved it somewhere, so let's see. What should I do about that? Oh, yeah, fuck it. Who gives a shizer? Oh, look at that. I just moved my mic so it's not taking up my whole face anymore. Oh, this is a game changer right here because you can see all of this. When I say all of this, I'm pointing to what we in the business call your boy Bob Schneider. What we in the business call your boy Bob Schneider. See, there's more of me to see there, which is nice. I don't know what to say about that last song, the dream I had last night. Oh, I know what it was. So I had a dream where in the dream, for some reason, I was with a group of people, not a small group. And for some reason, we decided to cut up a dead body. And we had, Googled it or something, like, is it okay to dismember a dead body? It's a dream. All right, people, so just take it easy. And in the dream, it was like, yeah, you can do it. So we did it for whatever reason. We just did it in the dream, and it was kind of salacious or whatever. I don't know. But then as soon as we did it, we realized, oh, no, it's illegal to do it. And plus now they're probably going to think that we actually killed this person. I don't even know how the person ended up dead or why we were dismembering it. I wasn't doing it. Somebody else was doing it, but I was there. And now it was part of some sinister crime event. And for sure I was going to get caught and go to jail. And I was just so scared and unhappy about it. And then I woke up, thank God. And then I wanted to tell my wife about it. And I was like, oh, I had this dream. And then she immediately stopped me and said, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't know I'm paraphrasing. She said something like, shut up. Or I don't know. She was like, don't talk to me. I'm sleeping. So I couldn't share it with her. And then I had to go write a song. So I was like, so I was like, oh, I guess that's my song this week in the dream I had last night. And then of course I didn't put anything about chopping up a person because when you write a song, you're really just trying to write something that rhymes and is interesting, and I couldn't maybe think of anything that rhymed with chopping up a body, or maybe that was just too much to put in a song. That's the other thing about songwriting lately. I used to write a lot of really depressing songs, and lately I'm like, fuck that. I'm just going to write fun songs, and I don't want it to get too heavy. I don't really want to write about stuff like even the verse in the where I was talking about I was an officer of the law and I killed everyone I saw. I changed that to I loved everyone I saw, or I put I killed everyone I saw with kindness, brah. So it's going to be one of those two, because the idea of I don't know, just killing people. I was like, that's in the news. If you want that, you go to the news. If you want something fun and easy on the brain, come to me. That's my job. So anyways, that was a dream I had, but none of that stuff happened actually in the dream, but it got me to actually write the song. So thanks, weird, creepy dream about cutting up people. And I know some of you are like dream people and you're like, well, you know what that means? I don't give a fuck. It means whatever it means. I'm not a big believer in dreams and the subconscious and what they mean. I feel like I get more meaning out of these songs in terms of my subconscious and how I'm feeling than I do from any dreams I have. All right, here's another new one. This one's called Tiny Million Stars. And I don't know where I don't know where this title comes from. I have a song game group that I do, but there's a lady, Rachel Loy. She's in the group, but she has her own group. And so lately she's been doing a thing where she's like, hey, can we get together and decide on a song title so I don't have to write 2 songs? I'm like, sure. And so I don't know if she came up with this Tiny Million Stars or something, or if I did. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, I like it because it's different, because normally you'd say a million tiny stars. And so just anything different is always fun. And then this song ended up turning into a song about, for me at least, about like, I don't know, just how you feel when you're like really out of it on drugs, which, I mean, I haven't had any drugs, or I haven't had any booze or drugs for 27 years. So I'm using the Wayback Machine when I think about, you know, being messed up or whatever. But I don't know. I just kind of like this energy where you're not really sure what's going on. And I will say this, sometimes when I look up in the sky and realize like, oh shit, I'm on the earth, and that's the sky, and that's endless space, I do feel a little, you know, kind of crazy. And that's really what this song's about. It's about, oh shit. It's about realizing suddenly where you are in the universe, and then trying to forget about that almost, because you don't want to think about that. That's just kind of too much to think about. And then trying to get back to like, okay, what can I think about that's in the here and now? Because that's too much for my brain to handle. All right, so let's check it out. Tiny Million Stars by your boy. We call him Bob Schneider sometimes. Here it is. And again, how long is this going to take? There it is. I guess I got it. Now with my computer, I have to like literally hit it 5 times for it to start. So that's what's going on here. Pretty excited about it.
I got something in my heart. I don't know what it was. I guess it made me cry. It made me cry because I see a tiny million stars in the sky. Where we at? Tiny million stars in the sky. Where we at? Tiny million stars in the sky. Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? I see a tiny million stars in the sky. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tiny million stars in the sky. Whoa. Tiny million stars in the sky. Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? I got something in my heart. I'm not sure what it was. I guess it made me cry. It made me cry because I saw a tiny million stars in the sky. A tiny million stars in the sky. I saw a tiny million stars in the sky. Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? I saw a tiny million stars in the sky. A tiny million stars in the sky. Tiny million stars in the sky. Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? Where we at, bro? Bro, where we at? Where we at, bro? Bro, where we at, bro? Where we at? Where we at, bro? We at the party, bro. We at the party, bro. We at the party, bro. Whoa. Okay, okay. We're at the party, bro. I get it. We're at the party, bro. The Burger King in Rome, no. The party, bro. We at the party, bro.
Are we at the Burger King in Rome? No, we're at the party, bro. Oh, okay. I did write a song last month called The Burger King in Rome, and that was the phrase for that week was Burger King. And so all the people in the song group wrote a song that had the word Burger King in it. And as I was listening to all the songs, I was like, oh, I think there might be a musical here called The Burger King. And so when I wrote that song, that Tiny Million Stars, and then referenced, are we at the Burger King in Rome? I was like, oh, this probably belongs in that musical as well. Anyways, if you see a musical coming out sometime in 2024 called The Burger King, you'll know where it started, because you were here at Bob Schneider's Song Club, where a lot of great new things that are huge, like Hamilton Big, This is where they start. This is the garden where we plant the seeds that grow into the mighty forests of ideas. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, that's that song, Tiny Million Stars. Let's do another new one. I mean, let's just crack through here and see if we can get done early and go fucking party. I mean, we'll just get through the song club this week and go party. Here's what's weird about wearing these glasses. If I look away even for a second, this camera will immediately think that I'm not a human being or something and then defocus until I kind of look at it again and then it focuses. So there's a lot of focusing and unfocusing going on. Also, super exciting if you're just listening to this on your iPhone and not watching it, because then you're like, oh, what am I missing? What are you missing? Go check it out on YouTube and subscribe, and then also tell everybody that you know about me and try to get more people involved in my career. And I'll tell you why, because I need more people coming to shows and also subscribing to Patreon and also subscribing to YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of other people doing this who suck and they're getting a lot more of the attention. So I need your help to help make me more successful. How about that? How about me asking for that and then you guys going, what the fuck? Is he asking for that? Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Anyways, that's the way my brain works. Or you might just be going, you know what? I do need to tell more people about Bob Schneider. And I know some of you, the hardcores, are like, oh, I tell people all the time. But nobody listens. I tell people about music that I like all the time. I'm like, oh, you got to check out blank. And people just look at me like I'm one of those people that's standing on a soapbox in the middle of town talking about the end of the world. They're like, shut up. I don't care about your opinions. Motherfucker. Don't try to tell me what to like. I've got Rotten Tomatoes. I've got Goodreads. I've got my whatever blog, music blog. I've got my Discover Weekly on Spotify. I don't need you to tell me what to like. I'm like, I get it. Anytime somebody tells me there's some music that they like, I'm like, I'm not going to like it. I just know I'm not going to like it. Anyways, and it's so rare that I do. All right, here's another one. I think I found this phrase. The song's called Breaking the Surface. That's the phrase that I used in the song game the week that I wrote this, which was a couple weeks ago. I just love that title, Breaking the Surface. It kind of reminds me of that scene in Apocalypse Now where Martin Sheen is coming out of the water. His face is all painted up in that battle camo. He's about to go kill Corporal Kurtz. I don't know if any of these names are correct. Anyways, I just love that idea of this head coming out of the water. Something about that. Maybe it reminds me of James Bond back in the day, the 70s. Chang Shi. I always said Chang Shai, Master of Kung Fu, but now that the movie's out, it's like Shang-Chi or some bullshit. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't care. There was a comic book where he was coming out of the water like that. And I don't know, something about that I find very appealing. So anyways, this song's called Breaking the Surface, and let's check it out, and I'll see afterwards if there's anything I can actually talk about that makes sense. Here we go. I'm going to press the button 1,000 times. All right, nice start. Oh, shit. What are we, in Italy? Whoa. Sounds like an Anthony Bourdain travel show.
You got that something, baby. That's something special, girl. Hard thing to come by in this big old world. But you got that something, baby. Pretty hard to find. Can't stop thinking about it. It's always on my mind.
Yeah.
You got that something special, baby. More like a vibe, I guess. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to express. But you got that something, baby. Got me on my feet again. The way God wanted it. Amen. I'm finally breaking the surface. Coming up for air.
James McMurtry sounding.
I'm finally feeling okay. Yeah, now that you're here.
James McMurtry warning. James McMurtry warning on the chorus. Alert, alert. Sounds like a James McMurtry song. Alert. And then the rest of it sounds like a 90s
I was
jam.
in Barcelona. I met a friend down there. Shared a gift, I guess.
Randy Newman
She had
sounding.
long blonde hair.
Randy Newman sounding
She made a
alert.
friend of me. Yeah, that was way back when. We parted ways. I never saw her again.
That's just me trying to sound like Randy Newman 100%. And then the chorus is me basically going, is this a James McMurtry song? And then I'm like, I don't know any James McMurtry songs. I just know the ones that I've heard on the radio and stuff. And occasionally I'll like pull him up on Spotify and listen. I think he's a great songwriter, and I love his lyrics. And like as soon as I listened back to that song, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's got to be a James McMurtry chorus. And then the verse is just me trying to sound like Randy Newman. So I don't know. That song probably will never see the light of day. I mean, it's here on the Song Club. Hey, James, come after me. Come after me for that song. Randy Newman, come after me. I'd like to talk to both of you guys, find out what's going on. How you guys are doing. Let's listen to an old one. This is a song I didn't even know I had recorded a version of this song. This is a song called Get It On. I used to do this all the time back in the early 2000s when I was a much younger man. I mean, early 2000s was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I'm in my late 30s now. 20 years ago, I was in my early 30s. And so I was a good looking young man, single for some of the time. And I used to do this song, and it's just a bunch of kind of garbage lyrics that are kind of funny. And then the chorus is like, hey, do you wanna, I know you wanna, are you gonna get it on? Now, if I do that song now in my late 30s, and when I say late, I mean Rumpelstiltskin's showered. He's already freshly shorn. He's up and he's about when I say late. I mean, I'm in my late 30s. So if I were to do it now, it's a little creepy. I like the song. I'd love to be able to do it, but I don't know. You know, every time I hear about these old folks and Viagra and like they're getting it on now in their 70s and 80s, that's fine. And I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are getting it on in your old folks' retirement homes and you're passing around syphilis and gonorrhea and chlamydia and all that stuff. It just sounds gross. It sounds gross to me because I don't know. That's just the way I'm programmed. So me singing this song is a little weird now. Now, am I gonna bust it out this week in California? Probably. Am I gonna make a big deal out of me being like in my late 30s? And when I say late, I mean the dinosaurs have regenerated and are populating the hills of southern Italy. Anyways, let's check it out. So this version is just like a straight rap version. I probably wrote this song around 2000, maybe even in the 90s, who knows, but it's an early rap song that I recorded on Pro Tools, and it's pretty janky, but it's fun, and the lyrics are the same from the song. It's a different version that you would hear if I was playing it live. So here it is, only on the Song Club. This song, like the ancient tomb of Assizes, the ancient tomb of Tutankhamun, buried under the ground for 20 years, is now we've unearthed this song, and you can only get it at Bob Schneider's Song Club, nowhere else. So you guys are now handling the precious stones. Here it is. Oh, I got to press the thing a million times. Let me press it a million times and see if we can get it going. Oh, we can't. can't get it going because... Oh, there it is. Finally. I only had to press it 1,000 times. Thanks, computer. I gotta get a new computer. That's all the intro, by the way. I used to do a lot of intro stuff back in the day. How about this jam? That shit's thick, but that's turned up. Oh, shit.
I'm a big gorilla in a monkey suit. Smacking my shit all over the place. Got the $200 million stereo bass. I went deep sea fishing with the president. Spooked the CIA with my massive rap. Fast center, supersonic aeroplane. I don't got no time to use Solar King. Said I bought a big burrito at the Taco Bell. Dog food gives me the diarrhea. Said I open up a closed door down the drag. I'm smoking crack out of a paper bag. I said I bought me on Toyota cause I just don't care. I want big on who wants to be a millionaire. Fresh out chunk on high ground. Left my comb with the lost and found. So to me, do you want? Do you want? Do you want? Get it on.
Those vocals are too loud in the mix. Holy shit. And then this chick's like, oh.
Got the hot and crunchy peanut butter kisses.
Whoa.
I hit the
here's
mark
the
and I
sax.
never misses. I hang with Jay Leno.
All right, we get the idea. Anyways, you can crank that in your car and listen to those vocals on super high. But man, that's a interesting version of that song. And but the vocals are too loud. But hey, that's an old recording. What are you going to like go back to the 20s and try to get all the scratches out of those old records? Hell no. It would take away the authenticity of it. So that's called Get It On. The other thing that I've got going this week, or this month, which I'm excited about, is I've got 2 songs that have both been on records, and I have the original demo for it. Now, this next song, you probably heard me on when I was trying to play Get It On, it played a little snippet of it. But this is the song called The Effect. It's on Burden of Proof. This is one of the first times I ever used most of the original demo on a studio release. Normally I go into the studio and re-record everything, the drums, guitars, bass, everything, vocals. And on this one, I loved the demo so much. I ended up using most of the demo and I think even the lyrics. Anyways, let's check it out and we'll see if there's any, I don't know if there's any differences. And I'm not even convinced that the mix from the studio, now it was remixed and remastered by Dave McNair, who's a genius. But I'm not convinced that the mix is even better. Anyways, let's check it out. I could be wrong. It's one of those things where, you know, like when you were in a relationship years ago and you think, oh man, why did I ever break up with that person? Because that seemed like such a good relationship compared to the one I'm in now. And then you run into that person like at the supermarket or something and you start talking to them for 5 minutes. You're like, immediately you're like, oh yeah, now I remember why. So maybe that's what'll happen when we listen to it. But here's the original demo for The Effect. So this is the way the song sounded the day that I wrote it. That's the one thing about, I don't know if you understand how these demos work. So when I write a song, what you're hearing, all these demos, that's what it sounded like the day that I wrote it. So it's not like I came up with the idea and then wrote it a week later or 2 weeks later or recorded in the studio. No, like I go into the studio and record these demos and it all happens very quickly over the course of a few hours. And every once in a while, I'll go back and I'll edit something or change something here or there. But most of the song, 98% of the song is always on the first day. And so this is what happened when I went in to write this song, The Effect, which I love. It's one of my favorite songs I've written. And let's listen to the original demo together and talk about it afterwards. And again, I've got to press the button 1,000 times. Thanks.
I can't say your name without my mind filling up with flames. I do declare. At first, it gave me quite a scare. Now I like the effect. It's not what one would expect. It comes in handy every once in a while. I've grown accustomed to my charcoal smile. I live in the sea with the spiders and the anemones, and they aren't what I would call very good company at all. But they're the company I keep. Can't be too picky in the deep. And hey, who am I to say it's really good company anyway? And there's a planet in outer space, and on this planet there lives an alien race. I know a girl there, she's got a bone in her nose, and she dances like she's drowning when she takes off all her clothes. And the natives, they get restless, and the jungle, it grows sour.
Yeah, that is a great demo. I think I ended up adding some drums maybe to the record when I recorded it in the studio, but there's some real charm and beauty to that demo. And so I'm excited. I'm excited that you guys have that now. You have a copy of that. And again, you just would never get your hands on that normally if it wasn't for the Song Club. So I enjoy it. I enjoy getting this out to you instead of me just having it. I know that you guys enjoy little things like that, little secret nuggets that you can't get any other way. Do you have to listen to me blather on for hour after hour? Yeah. But that's family. I said it, the family. If you're not sure what the family is, it's FAYMLY. And it's the Bob Schneider family. And I like it. I didn't come up with it, but I'm glad it's there. And it's a very organic situation. My whole career has been very organic. There hasn't been a lot of thought put into it. There hasn't been a lot of masterminds mapping out my career. It's just me writing these crazy songs and then going out and performing them for people. And then you guys finding me somehow in the world of the giant ocean of stuff that's available. You guys somehow finding me and then going, oh, this guy's not bad. And then the more you dig and the more you get into it, the more you realize, oh, this guy's really good. This guy's way better than I thought he could be. And then you become part of the family. And then you're a diehard and you're listening to the Song Club and you're on Patreon, you're coming to the shows, and you guys are my fans, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. You really are just wonderful. And I appreciate you so much, and I love coming out and meeting you guys, and I really enjoyed the live streams. I'm gonna have to do some more of those. I think I keep talking about turning these Song Club podcasts into a live stream, and I almost did it this month. I didn't quite pull the trigger on it. It might be something I start in 2023. I may start having these be live stream concerts once a month. I mean, I like sitting here and talking about the songs, but it might be kind of fun to talk about them and then also perform them live streamed. So that may start happening. We'll see. I have all kinds of ideas like that don't ever come to fruition. Here's another one, another song, another demo that was on a studio record. This was on, I believe this was on A Perfect Day. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was on King Kong. It might have been on King Kong. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I originally wrote it, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe longer. And it's called Everything Is Cool. And again, this is one where I really loved the demo. And I might have used the keyboards on this in the studio. I'm not sure. Let's check it out. This one's, I think, quite a bit different in terms of I think I re-recorded the drums and bass and all that stuff. But let's check it out. Everything Is Cool here on the Song Club. recorded the drums.
It's a good thing you are you. It's a good thing yes, it's true. Something can't be proven. It's alright to leave.
And I definitely recorded the vocals as well. Boniver alert. It's definitely me trying to sound a little like Boniver. Is it Bon Iver? Boniver.
You make something, I make you something too. We get together, everything is cool, it's cool. You make something, I make you something too. We get together, everything is cool, it's cool. I wanna tell you a little something better than to me, my head while I was sleeping. I'm singing, that's not waking my bed. I heard the voices out of water, little whisper in the rain, soft and little whisper in my window pane. It said it's time, don't you worry, don't worry, it's right now, breathe a little air, because this moment is all they're getting on the little last stage, that being staying, this be taking up the space again, your love's way. You make me something, I make you something too. We get together.
Everything is cool. It's cool. You make me something. I'll make you something too. I do love that. I do love that sort of thought in a song. It's just such a lovely. I'm such a romantic, so I like any song where there's this hopeful feeling, this hopeful quality where somebody is with somebody or meets somebody and they're like, oh yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing that's going to make life better. You make me something, I make you something cool. You make me something, I make you something too. We get together and everything is cool. I just love that sentiment. Even when it's not reciprocated. Like, in fact, some of my favorite songs are the ones where the guy or the girl's feeling this love, but the other person's like, I'm not feeling it so much. Those are good too. But just anytime, I just love that idea. There's something about that promise of love where it's just going to make everything better. Because life can be pretty tough. Life's no joke. And then every once in a while, you meet somebody, maybe you become friends with somebody, maybe you get a pet, maybe you have a kid, maybe you fall in love with somebody on a date, whatever it is. You have a coworker that you really connect with, whatever it is, just that feeling of not feeling so alone. And being happy and joyful. I love that. I mean, everybody does. I'm not alone in that. It's not like it's not some original thought or anything, but I like it when it's expressed musically in a song. I like that sentiment. It's much more fun than all the other, oh, you fucked me up. Who gives a shit? Everybody gets fucked up. Everybody gets fucked over. Got plenty of those songs. Now, if I get fucked over, if I end up in a divorce or something, you'll hear some songs like that from me. I mean, I'm not immune to that, but things are good right now. So hopefully, knock on wood, that doesn't happen anytime soon. I got into soccer this last year in a way. I mean, anything I get into, I really get into. My motto's always been like, why get on a horse if you're not going to ride it around the world? So when I do something, I kind of do it to the max. So earlier in the year, in January, I started watching German soccer because I grew up in Germany. I started watching this team, Bayern Munich, because I Spent 6 years living in Munich, Germany. I loved it. I went to college there for 2 years. And I was experiencing a lot of anxiety, really is what it boiled down to, back in January. And for some reason, I had ESPN, the app, and I kept seeing Bayern Munich, and I was like, oh, let me watch the soccer. I know everybody's into it. I was watching Ted Lasso, which I really loved. I'm like, maybe I could somehow enjoy soccer. I don't know. I enjoy watching the World Cup. You know, those matches seem exciting to me. I'm like, maybe there's something about it that I haven't figured out. Let me watch it. So I started watching Bayern Munich, and I was watching it during COVID, the beginning of the year. They were still in Germany in January of 2022. The stadiums were still empty. And so I started watching some old matches where the stadiums were full. And something about the sound of that crowd and watching those games, I found it very pleasing, and it seemed to offset my anxiety. So I started watching more and more of these Bayern games, and then I was like, well, maybe I should watch some Premier soccer, because that's supposed to be the best soccer in the world. And so I asked my buddy Randy Franklin, who owns Yard Dog, where I sell my art, and he told me his team was Arsenal, but they weren't very good. And I was like, oh, I'll watch them. And as soon as I started watching them, they started being really good. And now this year, they're the top team in the Premier League. And so I really started getting into that. And I was like, and then right around a couple months after that, I think it's March or April, I'm not sure. At some point, not long after I started kind of really enjoying soccer, Austin FC started their season, because their season's not at the same time as those European leagues. And I watched every game this season. And last year, Austin was pretty bad, from what I've heard. I didn't watch any games. But this year, they killed it. And they went all the way to the semifinals. And had they beaten LA, they would be battling it out for the MLS championship this week. But they got their ass handed to them. Unfortunately, they had a bad game. But I'm really into Austin FC. I've been to some of the games at the stadium. It's been really fun. And I wrote a bunch of Austin FC fight songs. Now, what are fight songs? They're the songs that you hear in the stands. So Arsenal has one where they're just saying Arsenal. So you hear, like, they're playing the game, and then you just start hearing 30, 40, 50,000 people chanting, Arsenal, 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 Arsenal. And it's just incredible. And Austin has that too. They have this band called La Murga, and they consists of drummers and horn players, and they have a bunch of fight songs that they do, which are cool. They have some cool ones. And I was like, oh, I'm going to write some songs that people can chant and sing at Austin FC games. Now, I started doing this a while back for my son a few years ago, and for when he was at Goriski Middle School. And those songs you can find on the Song Club from a few years ago. And these songs are similar in you know, they're somewhat similar in that they sound kind of like that. But, you know, you are what you are. What, Casey and the Sunshine Band's going to start sounding like fucking the band that wrote OK Computer, which I can't think of their name. That's not good. Anyways, I sound like I sound. Anyways, I love these songs. I've been blasting them in my car. Who knows? Maybe next year, Austin FC will start. Maybe these will somehow get out there and into the public. But we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out of the Song Club listening to some Austin FC fight songs. I'm going to encourage you to support Austin FC, Austin Soccer. Also support Team USA. We got a good team this year. I'm excited. This month is the beginning of the World Cup, and we're in it. USA, USA, USA. Maybe I'll write some USA fight songs as well. Look forward to that. Anyways, thanks again for joining me here in the Song Club. Thanks for being part of my Patreon. If you're not and you still want to be in it, patreon.com/Bob Schneider. Join today. Get this Get these Austin fight songs in your belly, in your mind, and go out and support some soccer. All right, take care, everybody. Here we go. Austin FC. We about to get up in the house. Yeah. Austin FC. Woo. That's right, you in the house, son.
The Betty in black, you in the house. The Betty in black, you in the house. The Betty in black, you in the house.
Verdi in black, baby. Woo. Pumped up. Oh, shit. Austin FC.
This is our house. The green and black. Blood in your mouth.
Oh, shit.
I like it like that. Woo. This is our house. The green and black. Blood in your mouth. I like it like that. Woo. This is our house. The green and black. Blood in your mouth. I like it like that. Woo. I like it like that. Woo. I like it like that. Woo. I like it like that.
Yeah. Austin FC. Come on. Verde. Listos. Woo. Oh.
We can't be stopped. We can't be stopped, y'all.
Well,
We can't be stopped. We can't be stopped, y'all.
we were stopped,
We can't be
unfortunately.
stopped. We can't be stopped, y'all. Austin FC. Woo! Austin FC. Woo! We can't be stopped.
All right.
We can't be stopped, y'all. We can't be stopped. We can't be stopped, y'all. We can't be stopped. We can't be stopped, y'all. Austin FC.